Hey everyone, it's Mr. Hollywood, and today is the top 10 best endings of all time. Now, before I give you my ranking, feel free to share your top 30, top 20, top 10, however many great endings you think there are. But here's my top 10 endings of all time. And you know what? Let's just begin. Coming in at number 10, my favorite ending ever is Django Unchained. So, the ending kind of just gives a great arc for Django, played by Jamie Foxx, where obviously the whole premise was he was a slave and then he got cared for. But then by the end, he was like, he got revenge over everyone and went out like an absolute boss to the people that have been mean to him. And I think that was it was just so cool to see Django become a badass at the end, and it obviously took some inspiration from some old westerns. But yeah, Django Unchained has a great ending. It is my number 10. Coming in at number 9 is the ending that everyone makes fun of, but I legitimately think this is a great ending, and that's Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. And I know people say Return of the King ending 7 endings. I don't really have any specific endings. You could just say they're all part of the end. But yeah, Lord of the Rings: Return of the King gives a beautiful send-off to all these amazing characters throughout the trilogy. And, it sees them going off in their own ways. And I just think it was such a beautiful ending to my favorite trilogy of all time. So, of course, Return of the King's one of the best movies, and the ending still reigns true. Why? So it is my number 9. Now, coming in at number 8 for my favorite movie endings is Inception, where it's a great ending that gives you theories of what really happened. So Leonardo DiCaprio supposedly went back home to his kids at the end of Inception. And by the way, that Hans Zimmer score, magnificent. And then, but the theory is was he in a dream or was it real? I think it was probably real. But then you also had that spinny thing from the beginning. So, there are a lot of theories. I personally think he really did go back to his home. But even if he didn't, that was a great way to end a movie. And it is actually still my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. So, yeah, the Inception ending is my number 8 favorite movie ending. Now, coming in at number 7 is Whiplash. So, it ends in a way that gets your adrenaline going. So, obviously, this is a drama-ring movie. At the end is where Terrence Fletcher completely screws over Andy, where he gives him the wrong sheet music for what he's playing, but Andy somehow remembers it all. And then even by the end, the teacher's amazed, but the dad's nervous because he knows how much the teacher has been mean to Andy. But yeah, it was just a great way to end it, and a great way to just get your adrenaline going with the drumming at the end. So yeah, Whiplash is my number 7 movie ending. Number 6 is probably one of the most iconic endings, and that is The Shawshank Redemption. We all know the ending, everyone getting out of prison. I actually just personally think it was a beautiful ending, where these characters that you saw kind of just torture the entire movie, and the prison guards who you thought were being abusive, they all got, the prison guards got what they deserved, and those people had redemption, as the title would entitle. And yeah, I think it was just a beautiful ending, everyone getting out of Shawshank prison. Yeah, you better believe it was a great ending. And yeah, Shawshank Redemption is an awesome movie, and the ending reigns true. Now, the top 5 endings, and my number 5 favorite ending is The Godfather. Michael Corleone getting revenge on all the mafia members. Yeah, that's a great ending. So Vito Corleone died at the end of The Godfather, but it was a great way to end it, where Michael Corleone is like, yeah, you know what, let's just kill them all, where he has so much power. And yeah, I think it was a great way to set up the second film, which I actually haven't seen the second film, so I should soon. But the first film has an awesome ending, and it is my number 5. Now, the top 4 are kind of just truly in its own league of awesome endings, and it was tough to pick, so this could change. Well, except for my number, my 3 and 4 can, I don't know, I kind of am very almost definitive about this list, but I don't know. Anyways, these are my top 4 endings. Number 4, Primal Fear. Absolutely terrific ending, where Aaron, played by Edward Norton, was being a trickster, where in court he acted up, and then they just said, instead of sending him to jail, we're just going to send him to a child hospital for 30 days. And then we found out that he killed the priest and he killed his girlfriend. And by the end, the villain wins because he did, instead of having to go to jail for all what he did, he only had to go to a child hospital for 30 days. Those are just some genius villains, but yeah, truly an awesome ending. And the way where Richard Gere's character, just walks out and then the movie ends. It was a great way to end the movie, but really a bit of a bittersweet way because the villain won at the end. So yeah, they had the balls to do it, and I appreciate it. And it is my number 4 ending. And now my number 3 is probably one of the most famous twists of all time, The Sixth Sense. Absolutely love the ending to the movie, where, pretty simple, where Malcolm Crowe, played by Bruce Willis, you found out he was dead the whole time, and, if you weren't spoiled for it, it actually has a lot of shock value for me. But yeah, I thought it was a terrific ending, and a terrific way to kind of close out Cole's arc, played by Haley Joel Osment, who rightfully so got nominated for supporting actor. But yeah, The Sixth Sense is one of my all-time favorite movies, and the ending is part of the reason why. So Sixth Sense is at number 3. And now the top 2 is like a toss-up, but my number 2 is Fight Club for my favorite endings. And it didn't even end it with the twist. It ended with all these buildings explode, or where like Edward Norton and Tyler Durden, and you find out they're both Tyler Durden, and then Tyler Durden, played by Brad Pitt, died, and then the other one got shot, and then you just see buildings explode where the villains also win. But by the end, it's like, that Edward Norton's gonna die in a few minutes. But yeah, it's a really dark way to end it, but I appreciate it, and I think they did something special. And I think the Fight Club, just the whole movie is awesome, but the ending just bumps it up to that whole level. So yeah, easily one of my favorite movies, and my number 2 ending. But now my number 1 ending, What's in the Box? 7. Come on, how could I not have this at number 1? From discovering who the killer is, we knew that a few minutes before. But yeah, by the end, you just see Kevin Spacey, Morgan Freeman, and Brad Pitt all together. And then he got boxed. And without even knowing what's in the box, you know that it's Gwyneth Paltrow's head, where he killed it. And then Brad Pitt shot Kevin Spacey's character. And he ultimately won because then he had to go to jail for his crimes and committed the ultimate 7 deadly sin. And yeah, it's stuff like that, where letting the villain win and going in dark places, which I really appreciate. And it's a little bit of a sad ending. I think it was a magnificent ending. So yeah, it is my number 1 ending. And that wraps up this 3-part series. So let me know some of your favorite endings down below in the comments. And I think I'm doing Final Battles next. And then I'm going to try to move on to something else. And then I'll try to get maybe back to the tier list in 1 or 2 weeks. I just did want to take a little bit of a break from tier list. Now, thanks for watching. Feel free to share your rankings down below in the comments. And peace out.